Hey guys, Lynch Devotee here again. I've got Zarathur versus Chaplain Mavros here, playing my good buddy Simop, and as I said straight away, I hate Mavros. Okay, so I decided to mulligan. I didn't get a good look at what. Again, this is a voiceover one. I didn't get a good look at what my opening hand there was. I think I only had a couple of units, so I wanted to try and get a bit more command potentially. Let's see, red wins by 3, so I'm thinking I need to be able to stop him on that third planet if possible, but there's not many other colours in those first few, which is helpful, and only a couple of blue planets, which is good, so we'll see how it turns out. So my first thought is I don't have many units, but I've got 2 hammers on the yard boys, so I think I might as well start with them as a command unit, and I'm thinking I put them on Taurus because I know it's going to be an important battle planet, so I'm setting them up in a good position in that sense, but I don't have many options, unfortunately. He goes with the STC, put out the Rogue Trader, you know, the usual sort of opposite bonus to the strong command card sort of setup. And let's see what he's putting in with his STC. We end up with a Sword Brethren Dreadnought on the first planet. That made me go, oh dear. That was very, very concerning to me. But luckily that means he's got very few resources left. But then I noticed I have 2 copies of Doombolt, and what I thought was I have the initiative at the battle, so what I thought was if I go to planet 1 and I manage to get some damage onto him, not with Zarathur because I'd be too vulnerable, but I have got the Zinch's Firestorm, so I was thinking hopefully I can fire at it with some Zinch's Firestorm, make it stronger with Zarathur, and then next turn do a Doombolt or 2 to see if I can take it out. That was my thought there. Don't have many options, but I think that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, planet 1. And we're both ready, we're both done. Here we go, and he's going to planet 5, which I thought was actually really useful, because that means I actually get 3 of my command. I was like, yes, brilliant, fantastic, I'm well keen on that. Okay, I think he assumed I would go to the Orc planet, but I don't know, I'm not sure why he didn't cover one of mine. Presumably he wanted Karnath. So I saw Squig Bombing, which I thought that's really good as well. If I can get rid of his STC, that'll reduce his ability to throw in some other stuff. Actually, what I could have done this turn, if I'd have planned my funds right, if I did 2 from the Firestorm, which then becomes 3, but which goes back down to 2, I could have used the Infernal Gateway to put in my Noisemarine Zealots and finish off the Dreadnought that way, potentially. But yeah, the Doombolts then would become useless, so probably good to have the Doombolts. Okay, so I put in a couple of damage on it, and then I blow up the STC. Possibly I should have done another point of damage with the Firestorm, paid 1 more to make it 1 more point of damage, but I'm pretty happy with that overall. Yeah, 1 more might have made it just a little bit more effective for the Doombolts. So we have no other actions, and I get out of there. He gets the planet, which he was going to get anyway, but I stole the command off it. I put in those points of damage that I wanted, so that's good, and he can't affect anyone with, oh well, he can shoot me. 1 point of damage, but compared to the 5 that it would have taken if he'd have hit me, that's quite reasonable. I'm pretty happy with that. Right, and then Karnath. I have nothing there for Karnath, and he is going to trick Taurus, yeah, because he's only got the 1. That makes the most sense. Yeah, solid choice. No surprises really in that sense. That's, yeah, good solid choice for him. Yeah, I need it now because I took a whole lot more than he was kind of expecting. Okay, another firestorm, that's good. Cannon, which is fine. But my only actions, to start with at least, are going to be these doom bolts, I think. I want to kill off that dreadnought if I can. Yep, that's what I would have done with the void pirate there. I can even, oh, yeah, no, I'm going to do the doom bolts. More value for money for the amount of damage that will be caused. So, 2 points of damage, which is going to be 1 from the unstoppable. And then we just have a quick chat. Yeah, we just have a quick chat. He was going to let it through and then trigger later. I don't believe he can because it says first damage. I'm not sure if you can even choose to not use the unstoppable. If you get a hit, your first piece of damage, and you say, actually, I'm not going to bother doing the unstoppable, I'll take the damage. I don't know if you can. I know it has to be the first damage. So he adds 2, removes 1, so he's done the 1 point of damage. He's on 3 damage now. And then, what's his next choice? Yeah, it's just checking he's done all the right damages there, but he is. It's fine. So it's his turn. And what does he get to? Team Templars, good, solid fighting at the beginning unit like that, yep. And I'm going to hit it again. Now if he shields it, it's still alive, but it is so nicely damaged that hopefully I'll be able to kill it if it goes somewhere. He shields 1, yeah. But it is way, way more damaged. So I'm very happy with that. What I could have done at this point, that I don't think I did, is I could have used the Firestorm. I could have done 2 more damage on it that way. Potentially that would have been a good idea. But he's got a lot of stuff out. And I thought, maybe I need to set up more command and things. Oh, no, I did do the Firestorm? Oh, I thought I didn't. Okay. Oh, I wanted to take out his command. I wanted to reduce his command. Maybe I should have got the Dreadnought with that. I think I probably should have finished off the Dreadnought rather than kill the Kappa. And then I could have gone to kill the Kappa myself. Yeah, that probably would have been a wiser choice. I put out the cannons, but I was hoping to sort of plink away and trim down some of his effects, but yeah, now I'm going to 5 anyway. I don't know why I didn't put the Firestorm on the Dreadnought. That was a silly manoeuvre. And then I went there myself. Complete waste. Well, not, yeah, complete waste, because Zara would have killed it. Oh well, next time I'll remember that I want to finish off the Dreadnought before going on to something else. I still got a pretty decent swing of command there. Bunch of bits and pieces. Farron's going to be a pain. A couple of lower cost units that I can begin to get out. That's really good. I was considering Infernal Gatewaying in the Zealots against the Reclusiums, but I just wouldn't have been enough. I wouldn't have had enough oomph to cause much damage, unfortunately. And he's got the Crozius on there already, which means, you know, you hit him. If you hit him for 2, nothing happens. If you hit him for 1, he actually loses a damage that's on him, and if you hit him for 3, he takes 1 damage. So that Crozius is really quite impressive, I think. He reduces my command, that's fair. And those things are going to ready as soon as they come in and I hit them, so that makes it, you know, the maths of the next battle is going to be quite interesting. He can't do Taurus again, thankfully. That was a good call on my part. If I'd have killed the Dreadnought, he would have been able to. Oh no, he wouldn't have. He wouldn't have been able to. So yeah. So he takes a resource from me. Yeah, that's a solid maneuver. It basically cancels my commit. I'm really... Oh yeah. Add one more ping on the Dreadnought if I can. But he shields it. I really should have done the Firestorm in the deploy phase. I'm really annoyed at myself for that. Really annoyed at myself. Okay, and then I get my resource back, and we move around. I should have realised he would want the Dreadnought on Carnath, because it's the only blue planet out at the moment, and it allows him to pick his planet, so I should have known that I'd be safe to commit to 5. Hindsight, eh? It's a strong thing. And then Iridial comes through, and I thought, oh no, and I didn't even think it through properly. I was thinking, Iridial's there, if he commits there, he's going to be able to heal his Dreadnought at some point, is what I was thinking. You know, it eventually will be healed, and that's really annoying after all the resources and stuff I invested into damaging it. But he obviously has a, what is it, twice per phase? He can ping the Dreadnought and trigger it straight away. I literally, if I had another Sensuous Firestorm, that would be okay, but that is literally the only thing I could have done, and I would have had to spend, to guarantee death, I would have had to have spent 2 for a potential 2 shield, 1 for the Unstoppable, and 1 to actually kill it. So I would have had to spend 4 to be sure that I would kill it. Whereas last turn, if I'd spent another 2, I reckon I'd had pretty good odds that I would have killed it. So I'm thinking through what sorts of things can I try and put together that would allow me to get onto that planet and kill it before it gets a chance to heal, and then realizing that it gets to heal straight away. I have nothing I can do to stop it. And I think that could have made quite a difference to the game. That could have been quite a big difference if I'd managed to kill off that Dreadnought. So I'm looking through all my stuff, trying to figure out, okay, well, I've now got a fully healed Dreadnought after 2 turns of trying to maneuver around a bit more carefully, and I'm not going to be able to do anything about it. I hope I need to be able to fight him off on Taurus, because it's a win condition for him already. I just need to be able to stop him there. But then he's going to have another win condition on Carnath. But if I can stop him at Taurus and Carnath, he can't win until the end of the game anyway. So that helps in a sense. It draws it out, gives me more time to come up with a solution. I've lost a lot of my command though at this point. I haven't put out enough new command options. So I'm thinking, what else can I do to have an effect in that sense? It's got 3 command hammers, so I've decided it's going to be well. Maybe I should just try and see if I can improve the command against it. I'm looking at Mark of Slanesh being able to move things around for my battles. So let's start trying to neutralize the command. That's what I'm thinking at this point. He pings and he heals. I was thinking I could use my Splintered Path Acolyte and Mark of Slanesh to control where something moves, almost at will, if I can sacrifice it for a demon. But there's so many bits and pieces to that, and I don't have anything really strong that I want to move around right now. So I'm going to stall his command, and he chucks on a Vostroyan officer, which means I can no longer hit the Dreadnought with event cards, which that's painful, that's frustrating as well. Okay, so that's hard. He now beats me on command again. He's got up to 4. I don't want to invest any more in the command of that, which is probably a bit of a waste in a lot of senses. and so I need to make sure I win planet 1. So Snakebite Thug makes that much more reasonable an idea, and he's done now, which is good. So I decide I'll throw out the promotion and make sure I'm winning there. He's already passed, so he's not got a chance to stop that, which is really good. And then I've got 3 more, and I'm thinking, do I want to put out any other things in particular? Mark of the Ash. What do I do? Yeah. So I'm thinking if he kills that, I can pull over the Ard Boys. If it waits, then I'll have a chance to pull the Ard Boys up by sacrificing the Splinter Path Acolytes. Generally, I think that's a helpful thing to do. Potentially, I didn't even really need to do it now, though. I don't know. I don't know if I'm planning ahead too far. And now I'm thinking I've got my Ethereal. I've got 1 copy of him, just as a bit of a handy thing that he can pull back those powers. And I'm thinking, is he a good bit of insurance to put on planet 1? Or lay down the line somewhere as a bit of a potential sort of a trap? And I'm trying to do the maths and thinking, will I have enough resources to lift him up? If I put him out and things go wrong, maybe I won't be able to afford him, and that would be a heck of a problem. And okay, so I go down to planet 4 because I want resources to make sure I can get Ethereal, and he goes to 3. He's setting up just a monster stronghold at Carnath, which again, I probably should have realised if I'd have chucked out the cultists, the fanatics and the acolyte to different planets. I should have realised he's probably going to want to set up at that planet, and I was just playing into his ability to overwhelm all the investment I put into the planet, which is a bit of a shame. I should have thought ahead there. I do have enough money to deep strike him, so that's good. I was able to do that. And then I wanted to just check, does the combat round actually begin? Do I get to pull something back at this point? Because there's no, I automatically win the battle. But I believe the combat round starts, there's no actions, and then when I go to attack, that's when I win, so I believe I do. Yeah, he agrees. Okay, so I'm just going to grab me a Firestorm. Nice and simple. Okay. Can't trigger it, which is fine, I'm used to that. And we'll put these guys down. I'm considering pulling up Ethereal to Carnath, but they'll die too quickly, so I can't. He'll die, and then I'll lose my ability to pull back my powers. But I would like him to be in a battle so he can pull back more powers. It's a bit of a catch-22 there. You've got to decide what you want to do with them. I am thinking, though, that maybe I can hit Mavros with my Zealots and possibly kill him. Well, maybe not kill him, but cause some serious damage there. Or kill something useful there. Yeah, so I pull those up as a protection. That's good. And now I've got space to do it. He's done, and so I can put in the Zealots, and they will be able to get at least 1 good hit in, maybe even a second, but we'll see how it goes. I need to kill whatever I hit, though, because I know he's got the option to trigger Iridial if I don't kill something outright. So I have to think carefully about what I want to kill. He's got nothing in return to that. I think I might go for the Vostroyan officers, actually, because they give such good protection to the Dreadnought, and I want to make sure I've got options against it. I realise if I hit Mavros, it's only going to cause 2 damage in the end. Even with Unstoppable, though, 4 damage would be enough to kill it, one of the Reclusium. So that's my decision in the end. unstoppable makes it just enough to kill him. He could have shielded, but he decided not to. That's fine. I'm happy with that. Killed it. Good. Okay. The Vostorians might have been a better choice there, but that's alright. Just checking how much damage that does. That's 2 to the Yard Boys. It's fine. And then before they die, I'm going to swing with them. Now I'm going for the Vostorian, see if I can do something to it. Okay. Still has to hit the Hard Boys, so I'm considering taking out the Vostorians with that. I don't think I do. Yeah, he makes the Reclusiums ready, that's a good call. So I want to make sure I manage to kill them, because he's going to have the chance to kill off a lot more of my stuff. And oh yeah, then I point out that's only a Space Marine effect, so unfortunately he can't use that, and so it means it dies. Okay, to guarantee the death, I wasn't too upset by that. I'm fairly happy with that. Okay, but now he's going to be able to hit for 3. He's definitely going to be able to kill the Yard Boys, and then the Dreadnought is going to be able to do it. Yeah, everything's going to be dead. The Yard Boys are down. There's not much point in whatever the Fanatics can do. What do I decide to try and make happen with them? Yeah, give it a go on them before they die. And my Zealots, as their Infernal Gateway, I may as well leave them, even though he's going to swing first next turn and kill them anyway. May as well. Look, that's exactly what I wrote. And then I'm assuming the Dreadnought's going to just blow the crap out of them. Boom. All gone. Okay. Well, that's that pretty much. But he triggers Ballas, which I was a little bit surprised by. I suppose I shouldn't have been surprised by it, but yeah. I don't think I noticed for a second, so just give me a moment to realise what he said. He makes a comment that brings it to my mind. I look, I notice, and I lose the Rotten Plague Bearers, which is fine, really. It's not a big problem. They could be useful for something like deploying to Carnath and then triggering their ability to trigger Unstoppable on the Templars before it's going to ready them, so it reduces the effect of the Unstoppable. That could have been handy. And then I win on Ossus, and he's got quite a resource advantage on me at this point. But that's the end of that round. I did manage to ping in another little bit of damage, which is good with the cannons. But yeah, the cannons against Mavros is really frustrating because they're just generally the one little point of damage and he can ignore so often. And this, I really like this because this makes me think if I can Warp Rift Carnath away, the Dreadnought will be kind of ineffective and his win condition goes further away. I did think for a second maybe I'd be able to get the 2 greens before he gets there, but looking at what he's beginning to put onto Carnath, I don't know that I will. I need to win Planet 1, so I need to put something on Planet 1 so that I get a second green. So that's fine. I'm not expecting him to challenge that. I don't have a lot more resources, unfortunately. He's setting up some command. I'm happy with that. He can do that. Cannons, another cannon, a little bit of difference. So I'm wondering if I should go to Planet 1. that's rough. I'm wondering if I should go to Planet 1 and guarantee I win it, or if I should go to Planet 2 and try and cause more damage to the stronghold there. That's very, very dangerous for me if I do go there, though. So I am not sure what I choose. I go to 3. I think my thought there is that I need the resources. I need to guarantee the resources. And when the cards are swapped over, at least then I might be in a better position to... oh, Primal Howl, good call. When I Warp Rift, I've got some more units that are set up in the right place to stop him, hopefully. Let's see what I get. Some more Noise Marines, some more Command. So I've got a few units. I might be able to set something up, but I don't have a lot of resources to do it with, unfortunately. So I'll have to see. Barlas, he's got no effects. I'm wondering if I want to do my cannons yet, or anything like that. So Unstoppable's already been triggered by the Dreadnought, so that's safe, and there's no point in him using the Unstoppable on the Templars because they're not exhausted. So he takes them both on the Land Raider, which is fine, and at that point I trigger. Gets rid of an Indomitable. Yes! Oh yes, that's really, really good. I'm glad about that. Okay, and... okay, I've got my 2 green, so I'm in a good position there. That's really helpful for me, especially knowing that I've got the Warp Rift. He probably thinks I'm hoping to set up to stop him on Karnath and win Ossus there. It is a bit of a shame that maybe I should have saved my Mark of Slanesh, and then I could have used that to set up down the line, but then pull like Zarathur back over if need be. Zarathur gets me... I actually go for this, because I figure I can use the Zealots again against Mavros. I can hit him for 5, make it a nice big chunky hit, and then if he stays at the planet, I can do some horrible things to him. And he does, which I find really cool. So I'll go for it and pop down the Zealots. So he's going to get hit for 7 altogether, which I don't think is enough to kill him, but certainly should make him a little bit more worried. If I could get him bloodied on this turn, that would be really great. Then that would mean I've got a sort of a secondary option of something I can try and do before we get there. And he Indomitables it. I got him to discard 1 and he had another one. Oh, otherwise that would have been great. But no, that's a pain. That's annoying. Alright. Fine. Be that way. Yeah, no, that's really... Can't say much bad about that. 2, so that becomes 1. And he has no damage, so he can't heal, so he just takes the 1 damage. But now I need... oh. I don't think he takes the full 2. Well, then I thought, is it assigned damage? But it's the first time he's assigned, which he was assigned by the Zealots. And then he Indomitabled it. So I think, actually I do the 2. I think that's right. Let us know if he was supposed to take 1 or 2 there, if that was correct. Oh, and thank you so much to people who are answering my questions when I say, hey, have we done that right? But most of the time, by the time I see your comment, I can't remember what I asked. So if you could just sort of clarify something like, in that battle where Mavros took a hit, then I understand it a lot more. Otherwise I have to look through and be like, what was I asking about? What the heck was I talking about? I'm just trying to look for the option. I know it's in here somewhere. There it is, switch, replace planet. I'm playing Warp Rift. So I need to swap it with that planet. Boom. There we go. Alright. Take it aside. They disappear, which possibly they could have been more useful to me to use in a different way, but I think bullying him off Carnath was a good idea. I completely missed what I used Carnath for. Did I trigger Carnath for anything, or did I not? I hope I stole a resource or something. Or healed? No, I don't know if I triggered Carnath. I might have missed that. I should have had one more resource if I did. Yeah, but I don't have many options. I've basically just got the Ard Boys, which means I'm like, I kind of have to let Planet 1 go. I don't have anything much to defeat this really big, brutal army on it. Do I go to Planet 1? No, I'm going to have to go to 2 and keep him off it. It's a real pain, real frustration for me, that one. I can generate cultists, I can put out command, but not a lot else. I figure, seeing as I've got the money, and I don't have much else, I will get rid of it. Sport destruction. I think it's, at this point, pretty much always useful. Almost always worth it. I'm wondering if he's trying to, let's see, making me do 2 in one turn. I wonder if he's got another one or something. I was a bit like, what? But he can afford a Land Raider. And now he knows that to win he's going to likely have to fight at that planet. And he's setting that one up. So I want my Rogue Trader out, but I can't compete with any of his command anywhere else, unfortunately. So I'll just throw it there, guarantee it. If I had some better resources, I might put some stuff out to Planet 3 and try and win there. I would have really, really liked to be able to win. If I got, actually, oh, what I should have done. I don't think I do this. But what I should do is I go to Planet 2 because it's the safe place for me. I'm pretty sure I do. Yes. Oh, I do go to 3. I should have gone to Planet 2 to trigger a battle at Planet 2. And then Zarathur could have got back Warp Rift, and then I could have swapped it over, and then there would have been a green planet where I am fighting with my biggest army. And he would have had to fight me there. That would have been the move. And I completely missed it. I was thinking I want to try and clear off as much as possible on that last planet. So I missed my Warp Rift opportunity there. That would have really, really been the good thing. So the Dreadnought that I tried to kill and could have probably gotten away with in that first 2 turns, still alive, has 1 point of damage. And my opportunity to really sneakily adjust the planets so that they favour me much more than him, and that his investments are no longer as useful, I completely missed that as well. What you can do is you can call me a numpty. I am a numpty. To be fair, I'm really enjoying trying out Zarathur. I didn't use him much when he was really popular, and I'm finding it. He's still quite good. You know, there's people expect the elites a lot more, you know, and they're really quite good. But yeah, he's still got some tricks to him, and I'm just not as familiar as I could be. I'm quite enjoying trying him out now, is what I'm trying to say. So I figure I might as well, while he's there, see if I can get as much damage out as possible, and limit what choices he's going to be able to make about what he heals. Figure, yeah, so 2 damage, ignores 1, removes the damage, adds damage. So nothing happens to him. I basically just hurt myself. Fair call, fair move. And then Zarathur being weak, not having enough to defend himself, I've got to get out. Oh, but I missed a good play with that Warp Rift, actually. I think that would have been a really solid maneuver, I think. And then he kills off the Thug. So my Thug would have been on that planet as well. It would have been a good planet, good battle then. So I reckon I would have stood a chance. Let's see if I can pull it off anyway. Yeah, so he heals that one, that's fine. He's got damage on everything else, though, at least, so that's good. I mean, he effectively is just... all I did there was make it easier to kill me. That's basically all I did. Killed off my thug faster than he would have killed it off himself, I guess. What am I saying? Just realised what I should have done this turn. Oh, I think this is where I realised about the Warp Rift. Gone to 2. Used Invocator to get Warp Rift. Make next turn a green planet for me. Yeah. His little, what is it, tongue out face, whatever you call that emoticon thing, clearly he thought that's what was going to happen. And now I get a Warp Rift anyway. If I'd have drawn a Warp Rift last turn as a part of my command, then I would have gone, oh, of course, you know, and it would have been fine. But no. And unfortunately no other units. So I'm really out of options. I can't set myself up on the Iridial, and he is going to be able to have everything ready there. It's too late for me to use this Warp Rift to good effect. Yeah, that would have been really good. I'm kicking myself. If you can tell by how often I'm talking about it, I'm absolutely kicking myself. This is what I love about this game, though. You know, these things are just a little bit... There's just such a level of thinking through what you do where... that Blimmin' Vostroyan. Coupling it with the Land Raider. So I can't use events against his elites, and anything that's not a vehicle can't be targeted by a card ability. Just stop it. Coupled with the Indomitables, coupled with the Unstoppable, Mavros can really set up quite a good deck that you just kind of can't do stuff to, you know? It's really hard to get through the wall, which is quite cool. I mean, I've got to go to 1, otherwise I'm not safe. And he's not going to go to 1. Well, maybe he is, but I doubt it. Yeah. I was going to say, if I went to 2 to try and steal the command, he would just arrive there and steal the command anyway. I'd take a stupidly big hit and then I'd have to run away. So that's not that great. What have we got? We have a Splint Path Acolyte. And now I'm getting quite worried. Because if I don't pull out some really amazing cards next turn, I'll have nothing to put on that planet. And it's, you know, pretty unlikely that I will have anything big enough to put on that planet. I did wonder if I'd included a Vicious Bloodletter in my deck at this point, because being able to do Area Effect 3 with 1 more damage would be really cool, but I don't... I can't remember if I did. I might take a look at the end of the video. You know, I haven't got many elites or things in this deck. You know, I'm really trying to go for the Zara Swarm thing, with just a couple of options from the newer packs. But I don't know that I have a Bloodletter. I might have a Plague Beast. And that's an interesting thing. Is the Plague Beast or the Bloodletter better? The Plague Beast hits sooner, and so it's sort of more reliable that the damage is going to go through. You know, the Bloodletter hits a lot heavier. Yeah, so using my 3 cannons was the stupidest idea I've ever done. So he readied the Templars and ignored the damage. He healed himself once on Mavros, and then he Brethren Dreadnoughted and healed the Land Raider. That was ridiculous. Why did I even bother? Alright, so I win Karnath. And, you know, there's only one option, is to choose to heal, but I do have something that's damaged, so I might as well heal it. You know? Sure. Okay. So I just don't have... He's going to be able to heal again. At the moment I have nothing that I'm going to be able to put up to that planet, so I'm thinking, what options do I have? Look at all those big, quite strong units that are on that last planet. what's it going to be? Yeah, that's a lot to chew through. Yeah, I'm not sure what my options really are at this point. I think the writing's on the wall, but I mean, I did pull it down to Planet 7, and I did miss the Dreadnought option and the Warp Rift option that might have been quite useful. So I can put out all the things I want at this point, pretty sure. So I'm going to just follow through and see how much I get done. You know, I'm going to give it a go, see what happens. So I get my cultists, which is nice. Cheaper demon. Stalls out a moment. He's got heaps of resources and cards. So we can put even more stuff on that planet, which, you know, overwhelming, ridiculous odds. So I'm thinking, okay, I can pull in some things. He does another Dreadnought, yeah. Yeah, good stuff. So with the Shrine of Warpflame, I should be able to get something back. With the Zarathur, I should be able to get something back. I will have Ardboys, which will limit what he can hit first. I can pull up some different units onto the planet, which is good. Because of the Mark of Thanesh here, I'm trying to think, what should I pull up? Probably Zarathur, possibly the Snakebite Thug. And then he's done, so now I pull in the Plague Beast. Just make it very clear what I'm pulling up. Yeah, so I go for Zarathur, make sure he gets in a good solid hit. He's got a big attack. And Shrine of Warpflame. And that's all I've got. That's everything. Everything out. Alright. And a Warp Rift, which at this point is just shields. Just shields, seeing as I didn't do my clever maneuver. Alright. Let's unfold this. This is going to be quick. Like, this is not going to be particularly interesting. Just throw them up. And he wins his command. Alright, so he's got 12 cards. The amount of shields must be ridiculous in there. I may as well get a, what is it, Siege's Fire? Firestorm? Whatever they call it. Because I've got 7 resources, so I can do a 8 damage action, which is good. There we go, Siege's Firestorm, that's the one. Pull that out. And I also have initiative, which I actually hadn't realised, but I've got initiative. So, the biggest hit I can do, before I do that, actually, Lethal Plague Beast. Mine will take a damage. And I just point out that it's not a targeting effect. So he's done 2 to the Land Raider, 2 to the Land Raider, 1 to a Vostroyan, needs to be 2. Yep, 2 to the Vostroyan, 1 to the Reclusiums, which is unstoppable, 1, 2 to the Shrine Guard, removes the damage on the Dreadnought because he's unstoppable, I believe. Maybe not. Oh, yeah, I think he triggered 1. He hit 1 and then triggered a Ridial to heal another one, yeah. Yeah, that'll. I believe that all works correctly. I think he's, you know, pretty close at least. And then he heals himself, which I should have thought of. It's only... Oh, it does do 1 damage, yeah. Okay, so I've caused some issues. Just point out that the Shrine Guard are dead now. Unless he shields. Which, okay, so he's thinking of shielding that. I mean, why bother, but you're welcome to if you want, you know. Okay, I really want that thing to be dead. Except, really, at this point, does it matter? I suppose if I get through a combat round and I can do another firestorm, it might matter. But, yeah. So I do, what, 3? 4. So 5 damage. He is doomed. Kablam! Oh, no, and then I just realised that that's the Land Raider stops me doing that as well. And so what? Look at this, I'm going to get it wrong entirely. Okay, so that's fine, I do that, put it all back. And then I look here and cannot be targeted by card abilities, cannot be immune to events. I can't hit either of them. I can't hit any of them. I need to get rid of the Vostroyans to be able to hit the Land Raiders. I need to hit the Land Raiders to be able to hit most other things with it. So I'm just going to have to do a big hit on the Vostroyans, I think. I have got Zarathur, I have got the Plague Beast. They're both going to be able to do a big hit. So there we go, 5. I'll kill the thing. Now I can, and I'm thinking I may as well just use my entire, like everything, just put the whole lot on it. I'm not sure what he was doing there. I think he was trying to click a card and he missed a card or something. Oh no, I see, he was doing Mavros effect. Yeah, it took me a moment there. I thought, hang on, Crozius, what are you doing? But yes, the bonus attack. Let's work our way through this. Actually, yes, I'd like to do my firestorm as soon as possible. Actually, it doesn't make a huge difference, but I want to do it. Potentially I should have done it to the Dreadnought, I guess, but it doesn't really matter. 5, so 6 damage on him. You know, because bugger it, kill these things best I can. Killed one, ha 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 ha. I am a genius. And then he's got his Vow of Honor to add to that. He often plays that as an action. I think he's not seeing that it's a reaction, and technically as soon as he damages the Dreadnought he should also put out the Vow of Honor, or you know, could also put out the Vow of Honor at that stage. So what's he hitting for? 8, 9. But unfortunately got to kill the Yard Boys. But still, might as well kill the Yard Boys. Okay. Yeah, I'm just making sure all the Unstoppables have gone. Having a Plague Beast means all the Unstoppables have gone. I don't need to worry about that. Okay. So I figure I might as well kill them. Oh, no I don't. Oh, just making sure there's no actions. Done. Yep. 4, gonna make sure they're dead. You know, I feel like, and then I've killed something, so I can bring back my top Cinch card, which is a Firestorm. Which means I can do another 3 points of damage with the Firestorm, which I think I might as well do now. And I want to kill the other Land Raider. I suppose I could have gone for the Dreadnought, but I'm just going to do as much as I can. He's got heaps of cards. Surely all of these are shields. Yeah, he shields it. So that's gone now. I think I've done as much damage as I could, and I think it's surprisingly close. But those things, you know, I look at it and go, oh, there's only a couple of units there, but they are big, tough units. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not quite sure why he took 4 damage there. I did 3 and he shielded it. It should have been 1. I'm not sure what happened there. That's right. I use up. There we go. Used up all my cards. And now see if I can kill that Land Raider, I guess. Hooray! Do I kill it? Do I kill it? He's thinking about shielding, I guess. But yeah, I'm feeling like not great, but I've done better than I expected. So I just check with him, make sure we're all on the same page. He lets it go. So yeah. Alright, might as well get in the cannons before Zarathur is killed or bloodied. So I was going to take that as a sacrificial hit, and then I realised it was actually already dead. So I needed to put a damage somewhere else. He's already used that, I believe. But then he does 2 damage anyway, so clearly he realised. Okay. 2 more. And then I realised actually I should put it all on Zarathur, because I'm doing this because Zarathur's going to be knocked out. So I might as well just let him take it all. And see what I can do to him. I should have put that other one on Zarathur, not the Plague Beast. But oh well. Alright, so he's spread that out as best he could as well. Got lots of bits and pieces of damage all over. And swinging on Zarathur. Yep. Right, so bloodied Warlord. Last turn though, that's pretty good. I'm glad of that. I have got a few units here. I just don't know if I've got enough units here. Probably not, in the end of the day. Mavros kills, or tries to kill at least. Plague Beast. What's he doing? He's hitting for 2. That doesn't give an attack bonus. So, I'm still alive. Alright. But he has a crushing blow. That's good call on his part. That's going to pretty much do it. Unless he has something else, which he does. He has a standard bearer. There we go. I was going to say, if we get to ready, then I can at least bloody Mavros as a, what's the word? Moral victory, you know? But that standard bearer, that does the job. Yeah. Yeah, he gets them both. I get rid of them, and GG. There we go. So, really cool game. I really enjoyed that one. I've been enjoying playing Zarathur a bit more often. Yeah, Simop is always a really good guy to play against, and yeah, it was a good fun game. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. See you later.